Market Outlook. Calendar. Week 47. The previous week confirmed the picture of a nervous but not collapsing market. Risk appetite remains weak. Counter moves are quickly sold off. With a dominance of around 58 to 59%, Bitcoin continues to lead the field, with capital parked mainly in core beta. Altcoins react briefly to project-specific news and often fall back into rapid mean reversion. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index is trading in the area of extreme fear after dropping from an already subdued starting level. In numbers, this means Bitcoin dominance was still slightly above 60% in the previous week and has eased back a bit, without any sign of a genuine alt season. Capital is selectively testing individual projects, but quickly returns to the major pairs once volume and confidence fade. In the Fear and Greed Index, we see a transition from mild caution to clear risk aversion. This shift in sentiment acts like an invisible lid on aggressive long setups and at the same time increases the risk of deeper corrections after overstretched rebounds. The market structure therefore remains fragile. Order books are thin, market breadth is limited, and trend attempts outside BTC break down easily. BTC sets the pace, ETH follows with a higher sentiment beta, and many altcoins only amplify moves for a short time. This environment rewards patient, clearly structured setups and punishes aggressive chasing of spikes. Those who jump into impulsive moves without a plan often pay with slippage, whipsaws, and avoidable drawdowns. In calendar week 47, a tightly packed macro agenda moves into focus. At the beginning of the week, inflation and price data from Canada and Europe provide clues about the medium-term interest rate path outside the United States. In the middle of the week, additional price, activity, and sentiment data from the United Kingdom, Germany, and the Euro area follow, including key indicators of economic momentum and confidence. In parallel, the United States releases figures on industry, labour market, and housing, complemented by the 1st November estimates of global purchasing managers' indices for manufacturing and services. China remains an additional key factor for the Asian session and commodity-related assets, with interest rate and activity signals. For digital assets, these data blocks are crucial because they shape the interest rate and liquidity narrative, the macroeconomic backdrop, and the volatility of currencies and government bonds. In terms of correlation, Bitcoin usually reacts first, as many participants treat it similarly to a high beta risk asset. ETH follows closely, but with a somewhat stronger sentiment beta. Altcoins amplify the initial reaction as long as volume and surprise are high, but quickly lose momentum when follow-through liquidity is missing. Whether an initial spike turns into a sustainable move depends less on the headline itself and more on whether fresh capital comes in behind it. The token context remains secondary in week 47. Larger unlocks of individual projects can trigger significant local swings, but are unlikely to determine the direction of the overall market. Project-specific events create additional volatility in an already nervous environment and can magnify moves that have already been set in motion by macro impulses. For us, they are therefore important to monitor, but they are not at the core of scenario planning. Our outlook at quantum data analytics therefore remains data-driven and risk-aware. In the immediate time windows around key releases, we reduce or pause automated execution in order to avoid slippage and bad fills in illiquid order book phases. We only consider potential entries after the market has processed the first impulse. Structure, volume, and flow matter more to us than the initial move. Position sizes are aligned with actual liquidity and observable volatility, and we treat illiquid altcoins with particular caution. Preferred setups this week are swing and mean reversion strategies with clear invalidation. In pronounced whipsaw phases, we deliberately keep trading frequency low, quality over frequency, discipline over actionism. We do not romanticize the market, but we do not fear it either. direction emerges where structure, price, and timing align. Until this constellation becomes visible, our priority is capital protection and the preparation of clear, repeatable setups. This publication does not constitute investment advice and does not contain any solicitation to buy or sell digital assets. Research signals, where activated, are provided for information and research purposes only and may be adjusted, delayed, or suspended depending on market conditions. Quantum data analytics, analytical, strategic, innovative,